the new year, and no doubt one of your goals is to get fit. So you're probably working out, what, every day? Well, slow down, Turbo. You don't want to get hurt, and we're going to make sure that doesn't happen. I'm at Mayo Clinic with Dr. Chabra, who is the director of sports medicine here, and I'm so glad to be with you because here's what happens. Everybody has all these great goals in mind, and they end up getting hurt. So what's the rule of thumb? What's the one thing or the biggest mistake people make this time?
The biggest mistake people make this time of year is they want to get everything done in the first week after the new year.
That's me.
They want to get back into shape. They want to lose their 15 pounds, all the weight they gained over the holidays. They want to be able to run a marathon and compete with those 18-year-olds, their kids that are working out next to them, and they want to happen overnight. So you got to know your limits when you start working out after the new year.
Okay, and you also say that stretching, even though you think that getting on a treadmill is just kind of your warm-up, you say that's really not the case.
It's not the case. Studies have shown that appropriate warm-up and stretching before actually getting into your real workout can decrease injuries up to 30%. It increases blood flows to your muscles and tendons. It shows added cardiovascular benefits. And so by just spending 20 to 30 minutes warming up, breaking a light sweat, and not to tire yourself out, but at least just to get your muscles moving and your heart pumping faster, that can really be helpful to decrease injuries.
Okay, and you made a great point. You said, you know what, we all want to do it in, one fell swoop, and it's really not a good idea. So how often should we work out? I mean, is every day a good idea?
Yeah. So every day is okay, but you have to cross-train. You shouldn't do the same exercise over and over and over again. It's like going to the gym and lifting the same weight, doing the same exercise every day. You're going to get muscle fatigue, muscle breakdown, and a muscle imbalance, which is going to lead to chronic tendinopathies or muscle and tendon type injuries.
Oh.
And so the reality is you can work out daily. We say a minimum of 30 to 45 minutes daily, up to an hour daily. Moderate intensity exercise is good, or 10 minutes of extreme intensity exercise is helpful. You can work out every day, but modify what you do.
Okay, so I like that idea, actually. Just change it up a bit, and it makes it
it
a
up
lot
a
more
lot.
fun, right? It makes it more fun. What are some common injuries that you see this time of year from those weekend warriors or those,
Sure.
those
So there are two
warriors?
types of injuries we break them down into. First is chronic overuse injuries, and those are the common anterior knee pain or patellofemoral type pain, ankle, Achilles tendonitis, low back pain. Those are some common things we see without having an acute event. The second type is an acute event where you have an ankle twist or a twisting or blowout of your knee or a rotator cuff injury when you're lifting weight, an acute event where you know this is the time that it happened. Treatment for those two types of injuries differ because they're different types of injuries.
Okay, so let's say we've got those aches and pains, and maybe we're just overdoing it a little. What should we do?
Chronic injuries, say you have anterior knee pain or Achilles tendonitis. Just like your mother always told you, rice, and we follow those rules. Rest, ice, compression, elevation. That's a good way to start. More importantly than that, you also want to modify your activities. You don't want to keep doing the same activities that cause those injuries. So you want to switch over to swimming or biking rather than running. So sports nowadays isn't just an orthopedic surgery like myself or a primary care sports medicine or a neurologist to deal with concussions. It is a multidisciplinary approach. So here at Mayo Clinic, we take that approach by using all aspects.
How often do you get to work out?
I do work out as much as I can. I try to do it at least 4 to 5 times a week. Unfortunately, sometimes during football season, I don't have that much time.
I understand.
But I try to do as much as I can.
I understand. Dr. Chabra, thank you for all the great tips and information. Here's how you can take action for your health. And it is time for you to do that. Take action for your own health. Now, to learn more about sports medicine, the division of sports medicine at Mayo Clinic, here's what you do. You visit their website. It's mayoclinic.org/Arizona.